You guys want to hear a Pollux? What do you want, bud? You gotta be louder. Can't hear you. Gotta be louder. Huh? He's saying. Come here, bud. Up. Come on. Up. Wow. What are you chirping at? Hey, what's your deal? What's your deal, buddy? What's your deal? What do you want? You saying something? Say it in the mic. You won't. Say it. Well, don't rub on it. Don't rub on it. Aye. Hello, everybody. Hi. Here, let me turn this background noise off. Maybe you can hear him. Pollux, what were you saying, bud? Psst. Hey. Please let us have Pollux church for my birthday, please. Hey, thank you for the gifted chip, by the way. And Saya, I'll try. Pollux, you want to say something? You gotta say it. You gotta say it. Tofu Bunny Cat, thank you for the gifted chip, by the way. A chip. Come on, say it. You gotta chirp at Saya's birthday. You gotta chirp. You got quiet now that I picked you up. All right, I'm gonna put you back down. Let's see if he throws a fit when I set him down. Maybe he'll yell at me. I'm gonna choose not to look at him. Hold on. What was that, bud? Huh? I don't know what that means, bud. Say it again. What? Huh? He's saying, Okay, well, that's all you got. Anyway, happy birthday, Saya. That's all you get for today. Unless he wants to chirp more while I'm ignoring him. He did say, just now, which is pretty funny. Hi, everybody. It's been a while. Seriously, as soon as I turn on the BGM, you little bastard. You're a little bastard. You did that on purpose. You did that on purpose. Okay, I'm going to pretend I can't see him. I'm going to pretend I can't see him, and maybe he'll yell at me. Yep. I hear you. Yeah, keep telling me. Here, I'll pull you up a little closer to me. You can sit on that stool. Why don't you come over here? He's on my little keyboard bench. There you go, bud. What? He keeps looking at me and just going, huh? It's cute. Okay, so, cool. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Crimzon Rulez. I'm Elysium's greatest monster. I am the Midwest fantasy VTuber and your least favorite idol. And today, I'm going to be chatting with you for a bit. We're going to do a little bit of a morning latte. I'll talk a bit about District V and other things and being sick and whatever else I'm feeling like talking about. He is really, really eagerly bumping my elbow with his head. What do you need from me, brother? Do you want my delicious chicken? You're not getting it. No, you're not getting it. You can do it as much as you want. My whole elbow is wet from his nose and him like rubbing his teeth against it now. Stop it. What? I don't know what you want. Anyway, Brittany, thank you for 13 months. Are you sick? I am. I'm sick. Don't give me your germs. Oh, sorry. I would never give you my germs. That would be very... sorry. I forgot to cover my mouth. Please take care of yourself. Get well soon. I'll think about it. And thank you for 13 months of being a Ruzader. More than a year. Pretty crazy when you think about it. Look, I'm real tired, sorry. Energon Star says, hope the viruses banish themselves and you feel better soon. Thank you for the super fun RP streams this past week. Going to the Doko Coco collab after today's stream, so I guess overall it's kind of been a Ruze-pilled birthday. Hey, happy birthday. Good luck. I hope that's a lot of fun. The cafe seems really cool. I'm a little jealous. I will not be able to see it, but it seems really cool. So let me know if it's fun. And thank you for the soup, by the way. Amev! Thanks for the gifted chip. And Tofu Bunny Cat, thanks for the well wishes. However, I will not feel better until I rage and cook the germs in my body. Please give him whatever he demands. I'm not giving it to him. He's just sulking now. He's not even facing me. He turned his butt to me and he's sitting, like, looking away at the wall. But thanks, Jojo, I guess, for the soup. He's still not getting it, though. 26 months into birthday. Crazy! So, hi, everybody. Welcome in. I'm going to be eating a chicken sandwich while I talk to you guys, but I wanted to talk a bit about... Here, let me turn my BGM on now that he's being quiet. Thank you for the healing soup. All right, I'll give Pollux one little treat, I guess. You guys have convinced me. I'll shred off a piece of my chicken sandwich for him. Hold on. Not to nag, but can we turn the music back on? It's so quiet. I'm actually turning it off now that you said that. I want you to sit in uncomfortable silence with me. Pollux. He whipped around so fast, like, what? Why? He looks like he's screaming, like a panther in the jungle, just getting furious, like mouth wide open, but all that comes out is the softest squeaks. Sick Gang here as well. Let's go, Weeaboo Farms. Thank you for 21 months of being a jerkax. And congratulations on taking on my sickness, you fool. You absolute buffoon. Anyway, I hope you feel better. You got a Blizzard work week? Let's go. All right, here. I've got a piece of chicken. You want it? You want this? You want this? Do you want this? Oh, did you want that? What? He's head bumping my nose. Do you want this? This? Do you want that? You gotta tell me. You gotta say it. Say yes or no. Do you want this? Pollux. Hey. You want this? Huh? Yeah. Is that a yeah? Is that a no? Oh, you want to put your little paw on it? You want to reach for it? Here you go. Okay, he took it. Investigation Cone, thank you for 26 months. I will get well soon, thank you. I'm feeling a lot better today. I've been feeling kind of like shit the last few days, and I tried to push through it and do some regular roleplay, but I was, I mean, I don't know how long that stream lasted, but I was pretty beat. And I had to step out because I was feeling pretty shit. But it's been mostly just a bit of a migraine, so I'm okay. Just been sitting in a dark room and trying to take in no light, no stimulation, no nothing. Prince Ripsy, thank you for 10 months. Sleep schedule was absolutely busted from District V, and I couldn't be happier about it. Hey, thank you for 10 months. Thank you. Clarity of 3M says, my birthday too, and all I want is for you to give the kibbies whatever they want today. I'm not going to give them whatever they want, because if Pollux had his way, he would eat my entire sandwich, and I haven't taken one bite of it yet, and I need proteins in my body. But I'll try to be extra nice to them. How about that? Happy birthday, Clarity. It's everybody's birthday today. So how have we been feeling about District V? What do you guys think about Remy? He's a strange character in my head right now, and I'm trying to figure out where I want him to be at. I like his backstory a lot. I'm not sure if the narrative I'm trying to tell is going to fit in here, but I'm still going to work on it. I'm still going to try to make it happen. Falcona says, get well soon, Soup. Thank you. I do feel a little bit better. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry if I'm sniffing at the mic. I apologize. I'm doing my best. He's a fun, wisecracking guy. He is a little goofy. I can't wait till the RP is over so I could tell you a bit about like what inspired Remy and where he has ended up and how that has changed a bit. I hope you guys like, yeah, I've been working really hard to try and give him good body language and good like feeling of kind of existing in the space. I've been trying to focus on that a little bit more, and I've been trying to make him feel kind of like just a guy in a lot of ways, like someone you could probably meet. I mean, obviously he's a little larger than life. He's got some traits that are a little goofy, but I like those, so I'm not sorry about that. Pandam. I love Remy. He's so messy, and I want his backstory so bad. One day, maybe, if you're lucky. Anyway, thanks for 20 months and being an asshole. Thank you. What do you want, bud? He's tapping my elbow and talking to me again. Here, I'm going to look away while he's messing with the mic to see if he'll say something near the mic. Pollux. Well, he knocked my clip off the mic. That was cool of him. I just made 7 liters of chicken stock with soup frames I had lying around. If you want a sip. Yeah, let me get a little sip of that. Thank you. How long did it take me to make him in the character creator? Oh, I don't know, like an hour, maybe. It took me a lot longer to pick outfits than it did to make him. Like, making him was the quickest part, weirdly enough. Picking outfits took forever. I went through every single one of them. Every piece of clothing, all like 4,000 shirts, all like 2,000 undershirts, all 1,832, I think, pants. I went through all 2,000 plus shoes. I went through all the extra doodads and stuff. It was a nightmare, and I found like 2 pieces of purple clothing, like 2. Can I even put on the workout outfit? I could. I just need to find a situation where that makes sense. Originally, in the beta version of the server, when we were all practicing being police officers, I found a gym, like a functioning gym, but that doesn't work anymore. It doesn't exist on the real server, so there's no real reason to have them in workout clothing is the problem. Because I was thinking about going to the gym and just like kind of like having Remy try to like fit in a bit more with the police force. But nope. Do it for us. No. Thank you for the Get Better soup. I love how he suffers around the ladies at the Vanilla Unicorn. What? No, Remy's cool as hell. What do you mean? He would never. He would never. He would never do that. He's a very cool guy who handles every situation with like a complete iron facade. Am I role-playing the anxiety well? That's good. That's all roleplay. That's fake. I'm never socially anxious. I'm very good at responding to that kind of energy. I'm so good at it, and so normal. I feel like I would have to... Here's the thing. With that kind of energy thrown my way, I have to go in knowing it's going to be coming at me. And I have to prepare... I almost have to roleplay. I have to prepare a character in my mind who's, like, better at dealing with that than I am as a person. Trekkie, thank you for 26 months of being a jackass. I love it all the times Remy pulled a Columbo and caught the lawyers in lies. You nailed the goofball detective deception where nobody realizes what you know until they've dug their own grave. You don't have the morals, but you do have the smarts. Hey, thanks. I never watched Columbo still, but he seems like a goofy guy. You know what's funny is Remy's not supposed to be cool. I mean, like, he's not supposed to be unk necessarily. He's just supposed to be sort of like a parody of somebody who's cool. But I'm glad that you think he's cool, because that's funny. I think that's even funnier that he tries so hard to be cool in some ways that he comes across cool. I love that. Does Remy think he's cool? I think Remy is disheveled and at one point was probably better put together in his life, but now he shows up to work with his shirt untucked, barely on, not shaved, hair clearly uncombed, uncut, hasn't been to a barber in months, drinking and smoking on the job. I think Remy has given up. I don't think Remy's cool. I think Remy's tired. I think Remy doesn't see himself, and I think Remy doesn't put much thought into whether or not he's cool until he realizes he's in a situation where he should have thought about it. Like showing up to the Vanilla Unicorn, right? Where everybody's dressed really nice and everybody's like really put together and they're being very flirtatious. And he goes in there kind of with this mentality of, I'm just going to go ask some questions. And then everybody's putting on this sort of show and this sort of like really powerful, like heavy flirty energy, or this heavy, like I'm cooler than you are, or I'm like this really dangerous criminal energy. He's like, oh shit, I should have got like done up in some way or thought about what I was going to do when I got here. But he kind of just goes in and is like, I'm just going to go ask questions. Thank you, Irish, for the company time and the delicious soup. Oh, wow, it warms my heart. Chicken noodle soup for my sickness. He did it. He faked it and he actually made it. Pay with a smile. I don't know how that became a catchphrase. I think I just liked the way it sounded the first time I said it, and it sounds like something he would say. So now I feel like he says that a lot. Like it's sort of like a, can I get out of this by just saying I'll pay with a smile? Where's the BGM? I turned it down so you could hear Pollux's chirps. Hi, Pollux. You got to get louder than that or I can't hear you. Pollux. Pollux. Oh yeah, Valentina did pay Remy's hospital bill. That's actually really funny. You know what's crazy is Remy probably has like a lot of money in his pockets. I think Remy has more money than most people on the server. Not most people, but anybody who's not like specifically a cop, he probably has more money than. I think he just... I just thought he was going to be broke, I guess. So in my head, I was like, well, I better start... I better make this character like willing to try to like be kind of unashamedly like dry begging all the time. And it's kind of part of his character, but I'm like, he doesn't really need to do that. It's one of the things I actually don't like is that he has so much money he doesn't need to be doing that. So I'm like, well, that kind of ruins that part of the character, huh? I'm still going to do it, but... Yum, chicken sandwich. I think Remy's probably chaotic good. Lady May is interesting. Or Lady Mai. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give you a peek into Remy's head. I think Remy is intimidated by a lot of people, and he sees himself as a coward. But I think that Remy is also acutely aware that cowardice is a weapon, and that being perceived as afraid is a weapon. He's aware he's aware he's really actually afraid. He's aware that that is obvious. And he's aware that that is a way to get information. Like, he's not playing it cool. He's not putting on a show of being afraid. He is afraid. He's just willing to use that to gain information. Any story reasons for the skateboard? No, Nemusagi gave me to that during police training at some point, and I never took it out of my inventory, kind of like the lockpicks, because I forgot. And now I guess Remy was a skater when he was younger. I don't know. Maybe he used to skate around because he thought it was rebelling against his oppressive mother. I thought it was a nod to the alcoholism. I mean, I'm going to be honest. You don't catch, believe it or not, you don't catch Remy drinking as often as you probably think he's drinking. And other than when he guzzles down an entire bottle of rum, that is also somewhat of a weapon. Remy's core character trait is he's a liar, if you haven't noticed. He likes to lie, and he doesn't want to drive for different reasons. There's a reason he doesn't want to drive, but he doesn't want to drive And so often the alcohol is also a weapon. It's like, oh, I can't drink and drive. Sorry. Shrug. Shrug. Oh no, the RP is slipping in IRL. Help, help, help. I thought it was implied he has too many DUIs. Maybe. You'll never know until you know. You'll never know until you know. Did you come up with his family being in the force, or was that planned? That's part of his backstory, yeah. I mean, it's part of his main narrative, yeah. Remy, I like lying, Crocus. He does like lying. He does like lying. I think Remy is just like the type of person who like, I don't want to give away too much right now, so I won't. But I think that once you learn a little bit more about his backstory, it'll make sense why he's a chronic liar. It was probably, I would imagine with Remy, it was a defense mechanism that was kind of like something he learned really early on. And is obviously used to his advantage in the police force. Not that he even wants to be in the police force, really. The thing is, he's not even like, I don't think Remy is a bad liar, mostly because I'm not a bad liar necessarily. I think Remy is a careless liar, and it's just another symptom of it showing he's kind of just given up. He kind of just doesn't care. Like, he tells the most obtuse, pointless, useless lies that could be disproven in like 2 seconds, and he tells them because he just doesn't give a shit. He does lie as naturally as he breathes. He gaslights, he gatekeeps, he alcohol bosses. He bad vices bosses. Yeah, part of it's because he thinks lying's funny, I think. Until it catches up with him. No, this is my chicken sandwich, buddy. Yum, yum, yum. No! I thought Pollux doesn't like human food. He doesn't, but chicken's an exception. Chicken's an exception for a little baby. Chicken's an exception for a little baby. Is this character at all a reflection of your own past tendencies to be really good at lying, or is that too deep a cut? I think all of my characters are a reflection of me in some way. I think Remy's got traits of me in him, but I think he's got a lot of like things that I personally do not like. Like, personally, I do not like alcoholics, and I find smoking, while it is visually pretty cool, it's a very revolting habit. It tends to smell really bad, and it gets everything in your house super messy and stinky and gross. I grew up around, like, all of my family are smokers, so I personally do not partake, which is fine. If you do, I don't care, whatever, that's your business. It's just, especially somebody who like smokes in your face right next to you would drive me insane. But as far as like being a chronic liar, I don't think I was ever a chronic liar. I think I was really, really good at lying, and I lied pretty frequently when I was a kid. As a coping, both as like a survival mechanism and a coping mechanism. But it wasn't like an uncontrollable thing. I just sometimes told lies to see what I could get away with. I think I was testing people to a degree. I think I was like checking the borders of what people would like perceive, but I think eventually I realized that was kind of shitty of me, so I gave that up. Actually, I'm really good at talking to pretty women and pretty guys. I'm pretty great at it. I'm actually the best at talking to pretty people. I've been told I've actually won the gold medal world championship for talking to beautiful people 10 years in a row. It's not talking to pretty people that bothers me. It's when people come at me with, Remy does share this with me, I think. It's when people approach me with the energy of, hey, I like your vibe. That throws me off immediately, and I think that is probably a combination of like deep-seated confidence issues from my youth, and also just like I'm never in that headspace in my mind. So it catches me off guard every time, no matter what. Like my brain is never ticking in that zone. Like you could take me to a fucking strip club and I would probably still be like, actually it would be interesting if bug types had an advantage over dragon types to help balance them out and poke. Like my brain would still be like firing on all nerd cylinders. So if someone rolled up to me and is like, hey handsome, it's like, what? What do you mean, what? My gut instinct is always to be like, oh, and then I like look. I'm the guy who looks behind me. Like, are you talking to someone behind me? Maybe I had one too many like childhood experiences of someone like coming up and flirting as a joke, and then their friend group laughing behind them. I don't know. Actually, that only happened to me like twice, but still, that was enough. I'm like, When someone hits me with that energy, I'm like, what the fuck's going on, dude? Nom. That's a deep question, Capriel, and I've not thought that deep about Remy. Is Remy attracted to the people of the vanilla unicorn increasing his anxiety, or is it just raw fear? I don't know, dude. Are you asking me if Remy gets, like, fucking solid for being anxious? I don't think so. Does anybody? Yeah, I love this. Nobody likes that, I don't think. Leah, thank you for the 5 gifted chips. I haven't thought about it. I personally don't really think about what Remy is interested in, like, in a romantic context, because I just don't care that much, I guess. I mean, it's fine. Like, it's. I don't care if you guys think about that. That's totally cool. Like, I don't give a shit. Like I've always said, when it comes to like art or fanfic or whatever about me or any of my brain ghosts or about the crew, you know, my roleplay characters, I don't give a fuck. Headcanon, whatever you want. I just don't think about it really. So, oh, that's right. Scare-rouse. That is a word. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, sure. I don't care, brother. Personally, I just don't put a lot of stock into it, and that's probably just because I don't care about romance arcs so much in my narratives, and I tend not to read or write or watch media that focuses heavily on romance arcs. They can be compelling sometimes. It's just not my thing. Hey, handsome, come here often to the stream that you are the owner of. Yeah, that's also how I flirt. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, thanks for the soup. Smooth, dude. Remy's got that 3-stacker bed for him, his whiskey, and his smokes. Well, yeah, duh. Damn, that's brutal, Capriel. I'm sorry. You know, I feel like there's as many flavors of romance arcs as there are stories to tell. And everybody has like different tastes in that regard. Like some people like yearning stories, some people like, you know, whoa, spicy romance stories, and some people like, you know, like forbidden love or like enemies to lovers and stuff like that. And that's like a whole world of media or like storytelling I just really haven't participated in. And I think a lot of it's just because I don't find it as compelling as like, I don't know, political drama or like character arcs about, you know, dealing with past trauma and stuff like that. And my problem with that and a weakness in my skill as a writer and as like somebody who reads things is that I think those things can be explored through romance arcs. I've just been exposed to a lot of really lazy tacked on romance arcs, so I tend to see them that way. And that's not fair. Redonkulus says, the tsundere can't take a compliment. How shocking. Yeah, exactly, you bunch of tsunderes, because you couldn't possibly be talking to me. Shut your cute face and let us love you aggressively by throwing pizza rolls at you. Who are we talking to? Not me. Not me. Definitely not me. But I appreciate the soup all the same. And I will use that soup to buy a pizza roll, and you can't stop me. I'm kidding, I haven't had a pizza roll in a while. I wonder if they're still good. I bet they've been hit with shrinkflation. Yeah. I missed Remy yesterday. I also missed Remy yesterday. I had a ton of FOMO. I was so sad. Sorry if I'm sniffing at the mic. I apologize. I keep trying to mute in time. I ship Remy with therapy and a hug. You guys could ship Remy however you want. Have a blast. I will let you know that I personally just do not have any experience in that. And also, I do not think this is the platform for like a shipping roleplay. And I'm too awkward of a fucking loser to ever do that. So you're gonna have to go write your own fanfics, brother. Write your own headcanons. Thanks. We throwing pizza rolls? Yeah, let me get a bite. Oh, yes, absolutely. Another thing, Capriel, good point. So romance arcs in roleplay are something that definitely, 100%, if you ever get involved in a roleplay at like a tabletop, because I know that this has been popularized through things like Critical Role and shit, but if you ever get involved in a roleplay and tabletop or like a roleplay server or wherever you are, do not, under any circumstances, ever try to like have a romantic arc with anyone involved in that with you unless you ask them and you prior agree outside of roleplay that that's something you want to like do with your characters or whatever, because that would be really not cool and an invasion of their like fun with something they probably don't want to deal with necessarily, unless they do, but that's why you ask. So yeah, don't ever do that. That's good roleplay etiquette. Don't ever do that. You can be flirty or whatever, but yeah, much like killing a character, don't do that. My D&D group has a lengthy consent questionnaire for everyone before starting a new campaign. It's so helpful. Oh. Let me have another bite of my chicken sandwich. That makes sense. The only thing I will not let you argue with me about on tabletop is I am allowed to kill your character if I'm the DM. That is just the consequences of your actions if you fuck up. Nom, 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 nom. I have let the Hollow Marches bros live. Listen, I'm a generous DM, but that doesn't mean I won't kill you. When will you learn that your actions have consequences? I don't know what to do with Remy now, though. The original arc I had planned for him, I just don't think it's going to work necessarily with the direction the server's going. So I've got to really like branch out and figure some stuff out. I think today I want Remy. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I guess I'll just let myself see where the narrative takes him. So, what do you guys think about the server so far? Here we are, like what I think the halfway point or whatever. I think today is the back half of the server or whatever. What do you think about the direction of the server? Do you have any? I guess I gotta ask you not to spoil anybody's character stories to me yet, because I can't know until after the server has kind of been completed. But in an overall vibe right now, is there any factions or like groups that you're particularly interested in? Is there any one character that you've enjoyed interacting with or seeing Remy interact with? Yum, yum, yum. Mm-hmm. Oh, Dweemer's been very fun. I love Dweemer. Oh, Granny Ma is so very iconic. Very iconic. Harmony did a great job. Is doing a great job. Yeah, error code. I think Remy is slowly involving Cortado more and more in his investigating. Has been cool to watch. Yeah, there's not enough time to like. Remy is inherently distrustful, obviously, of everybody. That's why he's so distrustful of like Valentina and Cortado and the chief and other police officers. And part of that is that he doesn't like, he genuinely just does not trust like that. And part of that is because he's afraid of them getting hurt or getting in over their head because of past things, which he's already talked about a bit. So I think what's funny is that Cortado obviously wants to have this buddy cop relationship where it's like, let's hang out and bump shoulders and be bros and go like hit the investigative like areas. And I think that's good. And I think that's funny. I think that's funny as Ruze, but I think Remy is still like kind of working through the idea of like, I am worried that this person is going to get burned the same way my previous partner got burned. But I think that comes across as Remy being like standoffish or distant or like trying to get out of work, which is, I think, interesting because it kind of gives you like this like slacker guy vibe versus like Cortado, who's not necessarily like straight laced. He's willing to like obviously bend the rules. Yeah, he's putting up walls. I just hope that I hope Roy sees that as part of the RP because it is. Dude, fucking Regal's car is the funniest recurring bit on the server. I don't care. Did you hit my car should be his anchor line. I gotta mute to chew. Okay, sorry. Do I have a favorite character on the server right now? I'm most curious about seeing where things go with people like well, I kind of want, I know a couple behind the scenes things is the thing. Like I've talked to a couple of the other like people on the server, so I know some of their motivations and some of the like logic behind their characters, and it's cut a few threads that I thought were there and kind of clued me into dead ends that I thought were like had more like going on with them. So it's made me less invested in some characters. And I'm not going to say who or where or what, because obviously I don't want you to be less invested, and that still has a chance to develop in roleplay. But like things I thought were deeper than they were have been like kind of just like one-off like jokes or little bits or whatever. But right now I think the character I'm most interested in, just to see where they go with it, there's a lot of really interesting characters on the server. I don't know. There's like, I want to know what's happening at the Cat Cafe. I want to know what's going on with Burger Weather. I want to know what's happening, what Murder's plans are going forward, because I think that's kind of just a funny character. I'm curious about Ragus, Richards. Yeah, Richards. There's a lot of characters I'm kind of curious about. I want to know what Valentina's whole deal is. Obviously, Grandma May has like such a compelling, cool narrative. I don't know if that narrative has like a setup to continue, as in like, I don't know if like Harmony's planning on giving them an arc, or if it's just kind of like, this is who the character is and they're intimidating and their narrative is kind of just in progress and does not have like a neat tie-up, which is fine because you need characters like that in a story. Not everybody should have the like growth to change arc. Sometimes a character is there to anchor the story, kind of like how Silco functioned in Arcane. Like he did have a character arc, but for the most part he was there to be a constant thread. I'm glad to hear it. Cheer to Moon. Thank you for 16 months, by the way. But if you guys want to know my favorite character on the server, just to interact with, it's probably Dweemer, and that's just because Dweemer's just a funny like Carl Weezer joke, obviously, and I get that. It's a shallow type of humor, but I don't care because I like shallow humor. Shallow humor is fucking funny sometimes. He's fucking funny, and he's got his own depth outside of being a Carl Weezer joke, and I like that. I think he's fun. So he's a lot of fun to interact with, yeah. And fun to see people interact with. And I think Frayed has really good comedic timing, so that helps a lot. Yeah, watching Croc be a straight man has been really interesting, and something I have not given enough time to because I haven't hung out with him like on the force enough. I think one thing I really want to do is be more present in the police force. Maybe, well, depending, obviously. I think it's tough because I'm chasing a lot of loose threads on Remy right now, and I think that I am maybe getting so immersed in the roleplay that I'm not seeing them for what they are, which is often just one-off gags. Like, it often doesn't go any deeper than being a joke. So, like, at some point, I probably need to stop chasing those threads because there's not some big conspiracy or narrative, I don't think, for me to pull at. And it's a little goofy for me to keep trying to find that. If there isn't one, it's just kind of wasting time. I think part of that is my mistake coming in thinking I needed to do detective work as like detective solve mystery detective and not detective show up to crime scene and say, that's blood, detective. But I mean, the other problem there is everybody can kind of do that. And I didn't know this before getting on the server. Like, in the beta of the server during training, I was under the impression that only detectives could pick up evidence. So I was like, okay, well, I'll definitely need to be at crime scenes. But now that I know anybody can just go around with flashlights and do that, and everybody has like a fingerprint scanner and et cetera, I'm like, well, what the fuck am I doing? They don't really need me there. I just need to show up and deliver one-liners. Oh, I can do that. I do have the evidence from the second day, and I'll probably go drop those off at some point just to get them out of my inventory because I have no reason to hold on to them. That case has already been like tried and closed. It's fine. Maybe I will find a mystery that needs solving. You never know. I think part of my problem with Remy is that he was supposed to be a little bit more comedic than he is, but in a server of comedians, it often is hard to, like, somebody's got to be the straight guy. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to play the straight man. But also sometimes it's a rotating nebulous like problem, because in some cases Remy's like in a room full of straight men. Like, everybody's playing the straight man. So I'm like, oh, well, now I need to be funny. And then in a room full of, like, comedians, I'm like, well, Remy's got to kind of play it straight here. And it can be hard to tell which role I'm supposed to be in at a given moment. And that's just, I think, a product of having so many people on one server together. Why did I have to be the straight man? I wanted to be the one creating the funny clip. Hey, listen, that's content creators, baby. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Everybody's like looking to be funny, and I get it. I don't think it's about like, I want to create a funny clip more than most content creators. I'm sure they're just like, this would be funny to say at this moment or do this thing. And they're right most of the time. But if everybody in the room is trying to be the funniest person in the room, I'm sure it can get a little boisterous at times. It can be a little hard to navigate. Anyway, I do have a stream in like 5 minutes. I just realized, whoopsies. So I got to go get ready for that. I'm going to go raid you guys over to the waiting room. I'll see you in 5 minutes, okay? Okay, I'm glad we got to talk about Remy a bit. It's helped me kind of solidify him in my head because I've been kind of all over the place. I had this really like condensed mindset of what he was when we first started, and it was weird because it hadn't been pulled from any one character or even like two characters. There's so many disparate inspirations, but even those have kind of been shaken up since I've been playing him, and that's interesting to me. So I'm curious to see where he goes from here. I'm curious. I do like that he's nebulous and he can sit in sort of a comedic or a serious role when needed. I think those are some of my favorite characters, so I'm glad he kind of fits in that zone, and he can be kind of funny or he can be kind of serious, and it really just depends on the situation and how much he's lying. Yodi, thank you for 25 months of being an asshole! Anyway, I hope you guys like him. I can't believe Remy accidentally became important at work and became cool, even though he's supposed to be a caricature of cool. Dude wears 2 sets of sunglasses, for fuck's sake. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe if you commit so hard to being like... if you commit so hard to being a parody of cool, you eventually become cool. Remember to turn these off. Thank you! I would have forgotten to. Okay, bye. I'll see you soon. No VOD question, no time, bye.